and Prelude of Light required, baby. And that will be it, and now we'll see where we ended up porting to. Let's go! Salutations, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Ocarina Time Triforce Hunt. So, the Prelude of Light will send us all the way to Lon-Lon's Ranch. That is good to know. And I also forgot that the music is just like this. But now that we know what that is, I'm actually going to reset and just do things in the creator, because number one is that we can find out what we get from the Deku Merchant, but also the game just crashed, but that's what I was going to say. So to say there's also, we go to skulltula, we will also be able to get as we get to that side, and probably some Grotus as well, but for now, let's just see what we get from this dude over here as we almost get launched off. Take that off just so it's not like, excuse me. And from this dude, we got ourselves a small key to the Spirit Temple. And the Skulltula just gave us a bonus song, my goodness. I'm surprised we didn't just do this earlier because we should have cow sanity on. So let's just go ahead and find out if we do. Because if it does, so many cows that we can actually grab it. This has also been the first time that we would actually have that. And we get ourselves a beautiful Goopy. It's the only one too. I don't know what to name it, so I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. We're also just gonna head into Lost Woods for a moment here, but I thought I would point this wall out here in particular. And the reason why is because this Goron right here actually explains that all the Gorons really like the music in the Lost Woods. And I never really put two and two together as a kid reading that until, well, just now or just before recording this. I'm like, wait a minute, that means they're dancing to the song, and I'm pretty sure that's literally a hint to what you need to do for Darunia. And now we're just going the wrong way. I'm actually meaning to go over to the two Lone Skull Children to try to attempt doing that minigame. And here we are. And hopefully we'll be able to do this, but we'll see. It might take a few tries. And we got that because it was pretty much just Zelda's Lullaby, and we got ourselves a Triforce piece from that. Also realizing when I was just looking at all the shops and stuff, that the things that we can do, there is actually a lot of items for like Dense Fire, which we need to get into the Shadow Temple for, but also to get another couple of Triforce pieces. But now we are going to play Sun Song so we can get two of the Skulltulas here. Should be this one here, which gives us another key to the Spirit Temple. The other one right here, which gives us the Song of Storms, which is also amazing because one thing that I actually just read up looking through all the soil locations for planting the beans, but also for the Skulltulas, that if you play the Song of Storms right next to a bean sprout, it does this, and not only that, wait for it, it gives us some fairies. I just thought that was just an interesting little detail, and I wonder if this is the reason why the Song of Storms is really useful for, growing beans in Majora's Mask. Now into this grotto, since, well, we're in Kakariko Village, aka Kokiri Forest, I was just thinking of reset point for Adult Link, and that too. So apparently we're going to be getting back there at some point. And we do want to go back to Goron City, but for now we're gonna go and get another grotto. Which will be right here, which was right next to Saria, or rather right across from Saria. And hopefully we'll be able to have enough rupees to get both these. If not, we can just grind them literally right outside. But the first one, for 23 rupees, will give us another Skulltula token. And these will eventually be going back there then. And for 74, we don't quite have enough, which sucks. So here's a question of the day. For this game, or in Majora's Mask, because, well, it's right after this game happens, what is your guys' favorite place to be in? That's not a temple, because, that could be very obvious to say, like, maybe the Forest Temple is your favorite place to be in, or maybe it's not. So here's one of them, just because it's one of those areas that's just really fun to just grind rupees for, of course. But also, it's just one of those areas where it's like, why is there so much plots in here? Like, why is there a guard in here and having to guard all the pods and stuff like that? Oh, and I just answered the question that I had a few episodes ago to see if other Dekus could KO each other by blocking the other Deku Strap's nuts, and that is the case. But anyways, now that we're back over to this grotto, I was going to say another place that I also really like is Kakariko Village. It's almost like a hub, especially between, you know, Goron's, like, Goron City to Kakariko Village, all the way to Hyrule Castle. But Lala Ranch is really, like, the main hub, or not the main hub, but it's really the center of the map. Speaking of which, we're now going to head there, because we have a precious cow or so that we can say hi to, which will give us a bomb shoe, or bomb shoes rather. Now we got this one, which I believe there's only 2 in here. If there's more, then maybe that's in an adult timeline. But speaking of which, we can now actually get Epona officially, which I don't know if... Okay, excuse me, light arrows. Okay, we can take that, because that will actually give us a lot of rupees if we actually need to. But yeah, anyways, that means we could just officially get Epona now, and this cow will give us the fairy slingshot, which means we're probably going to be heading back to the Lost Woods again so we can get the upgrade or actual upgrade. We don't know what it's actually going to be. But also the fact I do want to go back to Goron City as well and get that Goron pot, because I think I know how to do that properly. And there is also another thing that we can do there as well. But I think this is going to be one of our last 2 checks, which will give us the silver gauntlets. Okay, but now we are back in Kakariko Village because we got this dude over here, but also that skull shell token that we couldn't get before, and we get ourselves another spirit temple key, which I'm really hoping that we'll actually be able to get to the spirit temple as Young Link, but if not, at the very least, be able to complete the fire temple. So that we can grab this dude, but actually so that we can grab the eye drops for the big Goron. But now, I think I'm not going to leave it here quite yet, because I want to turn into Adult Link and see what we get from the big Goron, or the Meta Goron. Before we do so though, we're just going to drop by this grotto because, well, it's right outside of the city, and we got ourselves another piece of Triforce. My goodness, after we get all the Triforce pieces and we beat the game, I am still going to go through the different temples and defeat Ganon, but, you know, till then we'll just continue playing this, and now I think he is down over here. Yes, and thank goodness we have bombs already, otherwise it'd just be really awkward to try to get to this dude. It's like, why is he between like 3 different walls, and why does he give us a knife that will break easily? Is it because he's trying to be, like, good like his brother? And we don't have enough rupees to even get this dude. Darn it. That's okay, we'll just get this skulltula and we'll get the iron boots from it. Okay. I mean, that works too. So I was gonna say we're just gonna be grinding for stuff anyways. And hey, this means we can actually enter the Deku Tree. So that's probably something we'll do next episode. That, or we will actually go into the bottom of the well and see what we get from in there. But until then, as I try to find where the iron boots are, there we go. First try, totally. We shall leave it here. And in the next episode, we'll just start off somewhere. But either way, this was a great episode. And again, it's just one of those things where we could have gotten all these things really early on if we hadn't just missed out like one single check, especially those skulltulas. But no, that's okay. I don't regret anything. This is a really exciting episode. But yes, before I start rambling on, we shall actually leave it here. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Slap that subscribe button, say something down in the comments down below. I meant to save there. Do what you do, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace.